Game 13. Gross and Microscopy Explained. In this session, we shall be dealing with Leiomyoma. This is a very frequently asked question in the university exam, in pathology and OG. It can be a short case or it can be a spot-up. A slide again as well as MCQ. So this is something that we should follow. Already it has been dealt with in the theory class on tumors of the uterus. Look at this particular specimen. By this stump I can identify that it is the cervix and therefore this has to be the uterus. But it is bulging and the external surface is stretched and shiny. And when I see the cut surface, I am finding a large tumor, which is a little fleshy, bulging above the cut surface. And there is also a compression of the normal myometrium. And I also see the endometrial cavity that is becoming slit-like and pushed to one side because of the large tumor. Generally, they say that it has got a whorled appearance. Whorled means keeping twisting on itself. The common sites are the uterus and cervix, but since it is a smooth muscle tumor, it can be seen in the GIT, the blood vessels, as well as any duct. But common things are more common. Please mention these two. This will be a method by which you people will describe. I need not read it for you people, but then what specimen it is, what is the size of the tumor, and always mention the external surface, what the color and contour is, and the cut surface, the tumor, how many centimeters it is, and what about the normal endometrium and the myometrium. Whether you are able to see the endometrial cavity and the consistency of the tumor, whether it is solid, firm, etc. So this particular description, it can alter according to the specimen that is kept in your college. We have a mounted specimen that is usual. And coming to the theory part of it, sometimes the leiomyomata, they are divided into submucosal. This is the mucous membrane or the endometrium below which I am finding the tumor. Or it can be right in the middle of the muscle, we call it as intramural. Or it can be below the serosal surface, we call it as subserosal. And in many a case, I find that there can be a stalk-like projection and it bears a tumor. This is called a pedunculated leiomyoma. This is the cervix also having a tumor. Some uteri have got multiple tumors, a picture of which we shall be seeing later on. And this is the microscopic picture. The tumor is composed of bundles of cells. This is a bundle and it is spindle shaped. Why do I say spindle shaped? Because it is elongated. And the dark ones are the nuclei. They are also elongated and I find blunt ends. This is described as a cigar bundle or cigar shaped appearance of the nuclei. And this particular one is a cut surface of the same bundle. This will be explained in the next slide. So bundles of spindle shaped cells arranged in a whorled pattern. The nuclei are elongated with blunt ends. The same picture over here, and let us see this. This is a finger and you find that it is nice elongated. But what will happen if you cut the fingers across? So this is a diagrammatic one, and when cut across I am finding multiple small circles along. I don't find elongated structures. That is exactly what is seen here. These are all cut surfaces of the smooth muscles. And this is called an end-on view. What you look at from the top. The arrow points out to this is also the smooth muscle, but it is an end-on view. Again, a tumor, something like this can be kept for your exam. This is a specimen of a uterus and it measures so many centimeters. The cut surface, it shows a large tumor projecting into the endometrial cavity. It measures so many centimeters long. It has got multiple trabeculae. The color is somewhat pinkish brown or grayish white, the trabeculae. And this is a normal wall or the myometrium. It is compressed and it measures so many centimeters in thickness. Microscopically, we see the bundles of spindle-shaped cells and this is the cut surface of the same. Sometimes you find that they will be turning on themselves, which is called a whorled pattern. So, microscopy, what do you see? Composed of bundles of cells which are spindle shaped, arranged in a whorl pattern, elongated cells, cigar shaped, nuclei. Cytoplasm is eosinophilic. There will be no pleomorphism or mitosis because it is a benign tumor. Sometimes we can get what is called a hyaline change, and there will be no areas of hemorrhage or necrosis. And this is a diagram of the normal smooth muscle for comparison. The slide over here, I am finding the longitudinal version of it, and this is the cut surface of the same tumor cells. You can draw any one of these diagrams. This also is kept as a slide in some centers, and I am finding that the tumor cells are being separated by homogeneous, eosinophilic, pale, acellular material, and this is called hyaline. Hyaline is some material that is being deposited in the degenerative areas. So this is called as hyaline change in a leiomyoma. Hyaline change in a leiomyoma can be kept as a slide. Otherwise, leiomyoma by itself is a slide. And look at this one, a beautiful mounted picture that I had taken from the net. And I'm finding a number of fibroids. If a specimen like this is given to you, you'll have to mention the largest measures so many centimeters and the smallest so many centimeters or even millimeters in diameter. You find that this is the endometrial cavity, it is becoming distorted. And the whole specimen, it measures so many centimeters long. The cervix is also seen. And generally, are you able to observe that the tumor is bulging above the surface? Bulging above the surface. It is a common property of it. No areas of hemorrhage or necrosis. So this is a case of multiple leiomyomata. The theory part of it has been extensively dealt with in the class on the uterus. Go back to it and find the rest of it. See you in game 14.